The Goof, Season 5, Episode 5, the one with the Kips, opens with Joey waking in the middle of the night and almost discovering an indiscreet liaison between Chandler and Monica, who at that stage were still keeping the romance a secret. They manage to fool the sleepy Joey, telling him it's 9 a.m., and when he protests that it's still dark out, Monica insists that Joey always sleeps till noon, so wouldn't know whether it's always dark at 9 a.m., except Joey was previously seen to wake early, joining his jolly neighbor in a duet of the Mornings Here song, back in Season 4, Episode 19, the one with all the haste. The explanation: maybe Joey goes back to bed after the song and does indeed sleep till noon, going against the singing guy's urges to get into gear after all. Point 4. Ross hates ice cream, except when he doesn't copyright NBC goof. This one's pretty simple. Ross is seen holding an ice cream cone while on a date with his student Elizabeth, in, you guessed it, the one where Ross dates a student, Season 6, Episode 18, but Dr. Geller later insists he hates ice cream in Season 7, Episode 8, the one where Chandler hates dogs, because it's too cold and hurts his teeth. Advertisement. Continue reading below the explanation. Ross might have just been putting on a brave face for Elizabeth. Dating one of your students is already pretty awkward, it is frowned upon, so maybe when she suggested grabbing some ice cream, he didn't want to be difficult. If you watch the scene carefully, Ross never actually eats any of the ice cream. Copyright NB. Cross is seen licking an ice cream cone in Season 2, Episode 12, the one after the Super Bowl, but quickly bins it, apparently because his monkey Marcel had started digging in. But maybe it was because it gave him the chills. 2, 5. Joey ages 3 years in 5 years. The Goof. Joey tells Chandler that he's 28 years old in Season 2, Episode 16, the one where Joey moves out, but 5 years later, in Season 7 opener, the one with Monica's Thunder, it's established that he's 31. How has he aged just 3 years? The explanation: simple. Joey is lying about how old he is, as actors are wont to do. By Season 7, he's actually 33, but has shaved a couple of years off for his showbiz age. Backing up this theory is an exchange in Season 7, Episode 14, the one where they all turn 30, where Phoebe finds out she's 31, not 30 as she'd previously thought, because of some confusion over the date on her birth certificate. When she asks Joey, how would you feel if you found out you were 31, he vows it will never happen, because he's struck a deal with God. Except it's already been established 13 episodes earlier that he's at least 31, further proof that Joey is fudging his age, even lying to his closest friends. Point 6. Ross can't sleep in public, except when he does copyright NBC goof. I cannot sleep in a public place, says Ross, after seeing Phoebe napping in Central Perk in the troublesome episode, the one with George Stephanopoulos, yet Ross falls asleep in public not once but twice in Season 4, Episode 10, the one with the girl from Poughkeepsie, once in Central Perk, once on a train. The explanation: the plot of the latter episode establishes that Ross is exhausted from dating 2 girls, and all the traveling to visit the second girl, his preferred pick out of the pair, except that she lives in Poughkeepsie, more than 80 miles outside of New York. A journey of roughly 2 hours by train. Maybe he's just so exhausted that it overcomes his natural reluctance to snooze in public. After all, the episode closes with Ross falling asleep, missing his Poughkeepsie stop and waking up in Montreal, a 9.5-hour journey by train. If he slept that long, clearly he was totally knackered. Point 7. Joey knows nothing about The Shining goof, a subplot in The One Where Monica and Richard Are Friends, Season 3, Episode 13, has Joey and Rachel trade favorite books. She lends him Little Women, while he lets her borrow his copy of The Shining. Later, Joey attempts to reference events in the book without giving away spoilers, including the famous phrase, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, or, as Joey put it, all blank and no blank makes blank a blank blank, except this phrase doesn't appear in Stephen King's book, only in the 1980 film. The explanation: Joey has never actually read The Shining, only seen the movie adaptation. This even fits better with his character, who we never had down as a keen reader. Maybe he found the film more palatable after finding the novel too frightening, stuffing it in the freezer where it couldn't hurt him. Point 8. Ross knows nothing about dinosaurs. Copyright NBC Goof. In Season 5, Episode 21, the one with the ball, Ross bores Joey with paleontology trivia as they toss a ball back and forth. Now, when they found the remains of the Mesozoic mastodon, they discovered what appeared to be the remains of a Paleozoic amphibian in its jaws. How did it get there? Except any paleontologist worth the salt knows that there were no mastodons in the Mesozoic era. The Mesozoic lasted from 252 million years ago to 66 million years ago. The earliest mastodons appeared only about 5.3 million years ago. Later, in Season 9's finale, the one in Barbados Part 2, Ross makes an even more basic error, alluding to the Giganotosaurus being a herbivore, when it is in fact a carnivore, and this during a keynote speech at a paleontology convention. And worse, he pronounces it Giganotosaurus, when it is in fact pronounced Giganotosaurus. For shame, the explanation, yeah. We got nothing. Ross is terrible at his job. He might know more about dinosaurs than Joey, but that's not saying much. Want up to the minute entertainment and tech news? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Facebook page and follow on our @Digital Spy Twitter account and you're all set.